Good morning, class ninth. Yesterday I told you about the mitochondria. It is a cell organelle, double membrane bound cell organelle. In the same manner, I'm going to discuss with you today about the plastids. Plastids are basically some kind of the cell organelle which are present in the plant cell only. Okay, please note it down that it is only present in the plant cells. Okay, you have seen that plants are of are having different colors, and these are having means sometimes these are green, brown, yellow, red. Okay, so these are the structures, that is the plastids or the colored cell organelles. Okay, plastids means the colored cell organelles. These are having some pigments, some colored substances. Pigments are the colored substances which are present in these cell organelles, which basically impart the color, as well as these have some different other functions also. Okay, so plastids are of different types. Okay, like chromoplast, chloroplast, leucoplast. Okay, chrome means color. Okay, so these plastids are the ones which are of different colors: blue, purple, red, pink, different colors. Okay, so these are the chromoplast. Okay, these have different types of the pigments, that is why these impart the colors. Then there is one which is known as chloroplast. This you have studied in your previous classes also. These are green in color. These have some structures which is known as chlorophyll, which is a green pigment present in the chloroplast. So these chloroplast are green colored plastids, and their function, these are helpful in photosynthesis. And there is one more which is known as leucoplast. These are colorless. Okay, I told you that all the plastids are of different colors, but it is not having any color. This leucoplast is colorless. Okay, so these are the plastids, which are basically, these are of three types. Then leucoplast, which is colorless, has function in storage of different things. In the Depending upon what it is going to store, it is of three types: amyloplast, elioplast, and proteinoplast. Okay, amyloplast is basically, it stores the sugars and carbohydrates. Okay, it stores the sugars and carbohydrates. Elioplast, this is helpful in storing the oily substances or the fatty things. Okay, oils or fats are stored in the by the elioplast. And proteinoplast, this name is suggesting its function, that is storage of proteins. Okay, so these are basically present in different parts of the plant. Let me tell you the location also. Chromoplasts are present in the flowers. Okay, flowers are of different colors. These are present in the flowers, some roots also, some leaf also. These are having different colors. Chloroplast is basically present in the stem and leaf. These are green in color. Okay, and leucoplast is mostly, it is present in the roots and seeds. Okay, some stems also. So other than that, amyloplast, which is storing sugars and carbohydrates, this is basically present in the stem. Okay, elioplast, which is storing the oil, it is present in the seeds. Proteoplast, which is present, it is present in the seeds. like pulses and these things. Okay, pulses, gram, kidney beans and all. So these are different types of the plastids and where these are present. So just to summarize it, the chloroplast, its function is to carry out the photosynthesis. Okay, it produces the glucose and stores it in the form of starch. Chromoplast, it is basically having different colors and it is imparting different colors to the flowers, fruits and all. And leucoplast is having no pigment, it is not having any pigment, it is colorless, and it is used to store the food material in the form of starch, in the form of oil droplets, in the form of proteins and different things. I told you different types also. Now you see, this one is important, means the chloroplast we are going to discuss in detail. Where it is present, it is present in the, we have I just showed you one a leaf diagram. So the leaf diagram, I'll, if I have showed you, I must tell you. So it is the cuticle, the outermost covering, which is shiny. Then it has epidermis, the uppermost layer of the leaf. Then it has palisade cells. These are the cells which basically are present below the epidermis, and these also have chloroplast. Then there is vascular bundle, that is xylem and phloem is present here, vascular bundle. And then there is a spongy cells. Spongy cells are rich in chloroplast. Okay, these are spongy because these are having air spaces. You can see some blanks are present here. So this is spongy cells. And stoma or stomata, you know, these are the openings. Okay, so when you zoom it, you will find a cell like this. These palisade cells or the spongy cells have chloroplast, which is arranged like this. It has nucleus, vacuole and chloroplast. Then it is actually chloroplast, which is again a double membrane bound structure. Now you see, this is chloroplast. Okay, so this chloroplast is having two boundaries, double membrane. Like mitochondria, it is again a double membrane structure, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. Inside, means between these two membranes, you will find one intermembrane space which is filled with the cytosol. Then you will find these structures which are known as thylakoids. Okay, let's see this one. This one unit, okay, this one unit, one coin like structure, only one coin like structure is known as thylakoid. Okay, and when these stack together, when these are present one over the other, then these form, means a group of thylakoid. This you can I can make it easy. A group of thylakoid is known as granum. Okay, and these granum are connected to each other by some structure which are known as stroma lamella. Okay, lamellae or lamella. See, stroma lamella. These are the structures formed by the stroma. And what is stroma? Stroma is basically a fluid which is present, that again a semi solid fluid which is present in the chloroplast. Okay, so this stroma, it coagulates and it forms some these structures, some thread like structures which connect different kinds of the thylakoids to each other. And these are the structures which are having the chlorophyll molecules. Okay, so chlorophyll pigment is basically present inside the lumen. Lumen is the empty space which is present inside the thylakoid, where chlorophyll is present, and these chlorophyll absorb the sunlight, and these start the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so this is the basic structure of chloroplast. Stroma is having different enzymes or different chemicals which are helpful in carrying out the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so this is the structure of chloroplast. Now I'll tell you what is going on here. This is the photosynthesis reaction. Photosynthesis is a process by which plants absorb the sunlight and convert it into the sugars, fatty acids, amino acids, that is sugars that or carbohydrates, fatty acids like oils, and amino acids like proteins. Okay, so during the conversion, this is done in by the thylakoids. Okay, these thylakoids, basically the water molecules enters, and when it splits, it takes the energy, that is NADPH and ATP. I told you that wherever any activity is going on, these energy currencies will be used. So this is an ATP is used, NADPH is used, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, that is in reducing form. H is written, so it is in reducing form. So these things are used or utilized to convert the solar energy into the sugars, and carbon dioxide is also absorbed, and this carbon is converted into glucose. Okay, during this process oxygen is released, this you know. Okay, so this is the basic process of photosynthesis, in which light energy is trapped by the thylakoids, that is where chlorophyll is present. Chlorophyll molecules and water molecules are split, and these release oxygen, and by using the energy currencies, this carbon dioxide which is being absorbed is converted into glucose, and oxygen is released. Okay, so this process is going to happen inside the chloroplast. So this is the easiest reaction I can show you, photosynthesis, in which sunlight, carbon dioxide and water is taken, and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, glucose and oxygen is formed. So this is where I am going to end the today's video. So what we have learned, let's recap it quickly. So we have discussed about the plastids. Plastids are the cell organelles which are having different kinds of the colored pigments. So these can be chromoplast, chloroplast or leucoplast. These are three types. So chromoplast is the one which is colorful, chloroplast is green colored, and leucoplast is colorless. These have different functions. Chloroplast photosynthesis, chromoplast imparting color or giving the color, and leucoplast it stores the starch or other substances. So we have discussed in detail about the chloroplast, which is present in the palisade cells and the spongy cells, and its structure is like this, which is having the two membranes, the outer membrane and inner membrane. Inside the inner membrane, one fluid is present which is known as stroma. It has enzymes to carry out photosynthesis. It has some coin-like structures which are known as thylakoids. These thylakoids, when these are in cluster, when these are grouped together, these are known as granum, and these are the having chlorophyll which helps in trapping the solar energy. Then this is the reaction of photosynthesis which is carrying out inside the chloroplast, and this is overall reaction. So now today I discussed with you the chloroplast structure. Now it's your work is to write down the difference between chloroplast and mitochondria in your rough copy. Okay, this is for your practice purpose only, and now I am ending today's video. Thank you, class.